Hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. I have no clue what we're going to talk about, so we'll just make it up as we go along, I guess. So, good morning Scott's Aquatics, good morning Olivia, good morning Fijon Tanktix, good morning Skipper's Aquarium, good morning Joshua Miller, and good morning Olivia on her other account. So, there's 8 people in here. Thanks for coming to watch me in the morning. I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we're just going to find something. Good morning, Andre Ellis. Thanks for coming. I'll talk about my worm culture. So I ordered grindle worms and micro worms on Thursday, 2 days ago. And it's 2 to 3 day shipping. So they should be here today or Monday. And I'm really excited about that. So I have these. I'm going to be putting in their container. This isn't going to be the media that they're going to live in. I'm going to experiment with it. And you'll see a whole thing about that. I have a box of instant mashed potatoes for the micro worms to live in. That's going to be their media. They live in oats right now, instant oats. But I'm going to do mashed potatoes because I think they're easier to make. I don't know. But they're a lot easier to find. This is going to be my container that I use for these micro worms. Later today I'll have to find the lid for this because that would not be good if these micro worms are getting out into my room. But I'll have to find the lid to this. But I cleared a spot on my shelf that's like right in front of me and above me. So it's just going to sit right there, and the mashed potatoes are going to be filled to there. I'm going to put the starter culture in, and then when they're ready to harvest, you'll see them climbing up the sides. That's what I've learned about them so far, and I'll have to find the lid. But this is going to be my microworm container. And then these are going to be my grindle worm containers. And I wanted to use clear containers because I just want to see them. I don't want to open a container and then there be worms all over the lid. But I think worms are fascinating. Welcome RB Animals and Collectibles, and good morning Pepling Creek Aquatics. But I think worms are fascinating, and I'm excited to keep another culture because I have black worms right now. And they're doing pretty good, so I'm going to expand my worm collection to grindle worms, micro worms, and black worms. So there's a variety of them. And if you can see them, I know the top has a pretty bright light, but there's new guppies, and I'm really excited about them. Out of the 200-ish that we got, so there's 7 in the top one, there's 40 in this one, 20 in that one, 70, yeah, right around 200, 200 total fish and animals. Only one of them didn't make it, so that's a good ratio, 1 to 200 living animals. One died, and there's 200 still living. But it's sad because it was one of the male platinum tiger mosaics that didn't make it. And it's not like he had a disease or anything. So the corner of the bags are heat sealed, and somehow he got into the corner of the bag and got stuck there. So he wasn't doing good when I got him out of the bag. So I tried to bring him back to life or bring him back to health, but it didn't work. So he didn't make it, which stinks because I would much rather have one of the female platinum tiger mosaics pass than the male, because there was 2 males to about 100 females from what I see. So now there's 1 male to like 100 females. So if that 1 male that's in there, living, healthy, dies, and none of the females are pregnant, then I have 100 useless females. Not useless, they're still pretty, but they're not going to breed. But I think he'll live for a while, at least to breed with the other females. After the stream, I'm gonna upgrade the sponge filter that's in my 20 high, because there's 100 fish in a 20 gallon, and there's filtration for a 30 gallon. We'll revisit this story in a minute. But Sketchers the hamster. My sister just brings her in at random times, and it's so cute. Hey, look at the camera. Aww, so cute. Welcome, FNS Fisher. So cute. Quick little Skechers break. Adorable. But what was I saying? Oh, in my 20 gallon, I'm gonna replace that with a 40 gallon sponge filter. And then take out the 2 sponge filters that are in there. One is a sponge filter for a 20 gallon, and then one's a sponge filter for a 10 gallon. So I'm going to take the one for the 10 gallon out and put it in this one, because I just think there's too much flow in that one, especially because there's really small fish in there. There's large adults, but there's smaller ones, and they're just really just getting pushed around. So I'm just going to put a 10 gallon sponge filter in that 10 gallon tank with the Moscow butterfly line. So there's a little bit less flow, but still a good amount of filtration in there. And then for those who have been watching the live streams for a little bit, you would know that we got 8 10 gallon tanks and then 2 75 gallon tanks that we're setting up in the basement. And we're filling them today and trying to get the filters and stuff to work. We don't have a heater for that yet. Yesterday we went to Petco and then one of our local fish stores, Benson's Pet Center. And I didn't get the snails that I wanted to look at, that I was looking for, but we did get some stuff for shipping fish and the filter system downstairs. And then today, after the stream, I'm going to be calling my other local fish store that's a little bit further away, Benson's Fish Room, and then trying to reserve some mystery snails. And we'll be picking those up at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So we'll probably go for like an hour and a half. And that would bring us to 11:30. Then I'd have some time to get my fish tank situated. And yeah, I should post the StreamYard link real quick. Wait a minute, I have a hamster. And let me copy and paste it real quick. Welcome, Bates and Genetics. And yes, Olivia, you can start posting links now.
Okay.
Oh, she's right here. She took my hamster. It's actually her hamster, but whatever. So yeah, that's the new news. We set up a 3.5 gallon tank today that we're going to be using for fasting fish for shipping. And I'm going to be putting some fish in there for someone in chat. And I'm going to start fasting them this afternoon. Hello,
Good
Skipper.
morning.
But yeah, I'm going to start fasting those fish this afternoon and then get them shipped out Monday. And my sister linked Jess's store, which is where I got these guppies. There's a couple hundred of them in there. Spread out between a couple tanks, though. It's not like I have 200 guppies in one tank, because that would be quite overstocked. Unless you have a larger tank.
I gotta go rewatch that because I missed it. I fell asleep.
Yeah, I'll probably be posting short videos of the guppies too, so people don't have to go back and rewatch a live stream.
Oh,
I think it was a 23-minute live stream. But there's a 5-gallon, a 10-gallon, a 10-gallon, and a 20-gallon that I put guppies in. Well, actually, 3 10-gallons, a 5-gallon, and then a 20-gallon that I put guppies in. And then my mother put guppies in a 10-gallon, and then some crevensis in a different 10-gallon. The beta went in his own 5-gallon tank. We haven't named him yet. And then when we went to the store yesterday, my father got some cherry barbs to go with the crevensis, and they're both, so there's 8 cherry barbs and 8 crevensis in a 10-gallon right now, and they're going to be upgraded to a 75-gallon, which is quite the upgrade.
Yeah.
Once that one,
Taj Mahal.
Yeah, there's going to be 16 small fish in a 75-gallon. But they'll grow out, and you'll actually see them in the tank once they're full grown. So that'll be fun. It's exciting. My sister posted links to like everything. Jess's store, Cindy Farrell's YouTube channel, Dave Farrell's YouTube channel, Jess's channel, Olivia's channel, my Teespring, and then my email, and then my Discord. I didn't think she'd post them all at once, but she definitely posted them all.
And she wasn't looking around.
No, she wasn't. So yeah, I don't, like I said in the beginning, I don't really know what we're going to talk about. I'm just going to kind of make it up as we go along. So I'm thinking of things to talk about right now. My guppies had more babies. More babies, yeah. On top of the ones that I had. So now I have like, I want to say 45 to 50 mutt guppy babies. And then I have 20 to 30 Moscow butterfly babies. So there's quite a lot of guppy babies right now. But some are going to be shipped out within the next couple of weeks to a few different people. And then some swordtails are going to some people too. RB Animals and Collectibles said, Skipper's Aquariums, thanks for watching my short video this morning.
You're welcome, bud. I'm still trying to wake up myself.
Yeah, all morning we've been putting water in the 10-gallon tanks downstairs. And then cleaning some tanks. All of them are filled right now. Both my parents are downstairs trying to figure out the filtration and the water bridges. Yep.
Yeah, I eventually need to do something like that, but I gotta go get racks.
Yeah. See, they don't want to put sponge filters in there because then they'd have to put 8 heaters for one in each different tank. But the canister filter holds a heater, so they're trying to get that. Well, the canister filter works, but the water bridges aren't moving the water. So they're figuring that out, and they'll probably get it all situated somehow.
What's water bridge? I never heard of that.
So basically, it's PVC pipe that goes from one tank over to the next, and that tank has a different one that goes over to the next. And it's kind of complicated, but there's just these like half rectangles of PVC, and then they go on the edges of the 10 gallons that are lined up, and they're supposed to siphon water out of one tank to the next, and they're just supposed to flow down the line of tanks, but they're not doing that.
They need to do a video once they get it up and running. That'd be interesting to see.
Yep. Welcome, Geek Boy. Geek Boy said, "Can't wait to see that set up." Yeah, I can't wait either. I'm excited. I just hope that it all works. Bates and Genetics said, "What's going in the 10 gallons?" Plants are going in the 10 gallons, and because we have like 200 guppies, if they had babies, which they probably will, the babies would go in the 10-gallon tanks instead of in all of our shrimp tanks.
They might. Are they putting something over the end of it so nothing goes up in and goes to the other tanks and to, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they put sponge on the end, coarse sponge.
Okay.
Heplin said, "Tell your dad to stick an airline in it to suck out the air trapped in the U-bridge." Okay, I'll let him know. Good morning, Deborah Sanders.
Good morning.
Today's going to be a busy day after the stream, so I can't go for more than 4 hours, but I'm probably going to go for no more than 2. We're shooting for an hour to an hour and a half, because that's regular, I guess, range.
Yeah, I got things going on this afternoon too, so.
Yeah. Andreella said, "Bree, be careful with the bridges. Make sure you think out failures. What keeps tank A from overflowing if its bridge goes out?" I have no clue. I don't know.
I'm sure they're figuring all that out too.
Yeah. My sister has 2 accounts, and she's saying there's 2 of me.
Goofball.
Yeah, they're figuring that out. First, they're trying to get the water bridges to work, and I don't even know what would happen if one of them stopped working. It's kind of complicated. I would rather just, because it's in our basement, so it's pretty cold in our basement because we have an unfinished basement with a concrete floor. So it's pretty cold in the winter and pretty warm in the summer, pretty humid in the summer down there. So you have to really have a heater in the wintertime.
Sounds like my basement.
Yeah, you have to have a heater in the wintertime for the tanks, but in the summertime, I don't think you're going to need a heater. But yet again, they're trying to run 8 tanks off of 1 canister filter without drilling the tanks. So I don't know how that's going to work. They'll probably get it figured out. I would rather just go with sponge filters and then just keep plants that can live in colder temperatures in there. Well, that can live in a large range of temperatures. So when it's wintertime, they can live in the colder water temperatures. And then in the summertime, they can live in warmer temperatures. But I don't know if there's many plants that do that. I know mossballs, Marima mossballs, can live in cooler water. But the whole reason that they won't just do sponge filters is because of the 8 different heaters they'd have to have unless they do just plants. But they're trying to have it so if any of the fish have babies, then they can just take the babies out and have a place to put them. But they don't want to run 8 heaters, and then the water bridges aren't working right now. So I don't know. It's a big complicated thing. I'm just waiting for them to get it working, and then hopefully one of them doesn't stop working, and then you have an overflowing tank. That would not be good. Petroman said, I'll go on. Lunatic Fringe, welcome. Chewy said, or you can heat the room too if you have gas. It is less costly than electric usually. We have a propane furnace, and the furnace is downstairs, but it doesn't warm up the basement. And they don't want to heat the room. They might consider it once this plan fails. But Petroman said, Brian, do you use hang on the back filters also? We don't use many hang on the backs. Well, we actually use fewer canisters than hang on the backs. But I like sponge filters the best, but for salt water, I'd much rather do a hang on the back. I would say the 2 best for salt water are a built-in filter, like in the BioCube, like there's chambers in the back, and then canister filters. Okay.
I will be right back.
Okay. But the calcium from the salt water, it just builds up quickly when you have like a sponge filter, like the bubbles pop at the top, and then a hang on the back, the water's flowing, but it's splashing on the lid too. So it makes a mess. Geek Boy said, are they going to be at different heights? No. You mean the water bridges? Because they're all 10 gallons, and then there's just water bridges going in each one. Andrea said maybe they should make the bridge an overflow to 20-gallon sump. Then they can attach the canister to that sump. That would be a good idea, but there's really not room for a sump unless they make more room, I guess. Keep Boy said, no drilling. That is going to be a challenge. Probably. Andrea said, turn the bridges into overflows. It's an idea. Bates and Genetics said, to be honest, I've had too many canister filters leak. I'm with you on the sponges. Yeah, I like sponges for freshwater. Freshwater, you can just run so many tanks off of, like, you can do a linear piston pump, and that will run pretty much a whole room. As I've seen, it can run a whole room of tanks, which is awesome, but I just use individual air pumps. 2 air pumps run all 8 of these tanks. Well, it'd actually be 9. So that's why I like sponge filters. But then, like I said, for salt water, it's either going to be the built-in filters that have like the chambers in the back of the tank, or a canister filter. I guess a sump would work too. I've seen some salt water. I think the refugium goes in the sump for salt water, so sumps would work. Built in, and then canister filters would be the best 3 for salt water.
They also put them protein skimmers in them sumps too. I don't know if you said that.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We have a protein skimmer, we're just not using it. Petroman said, I have a brand new Seachem title filter I'm not going to use. If you want it, I'll ship it to you. Who are you talking to, Petroman? Probably talking to whoever was talking about hang on the backs. I don't know. Bates and Genetics said, I have to run an oil radiation oil radiation heater in my fish room. Pretty power efficient though. That sounds interesting. Geek Boy said, yeah, salt creep. What were you saying?
I think he might be talking to you about that.
Oh. Geek Boy said, yeah, salt creep is a pain to deal with in saltwater tanks. Yes, it looks horrible. Just these little blotches of white, like calcium and salt. I hate it. It even happens on my BioCube. This has it has a built-in chamber, and somehow I still get what was I saying? Yeah, the salt / calcium creep. I still get it on the outside rim sometimes. I think it's from opening the tank to feed them. Petroman said, I love large canister in my 90s and 75-gallon tanks. I run 2 filters in each tank with tons of biomedia. I slow down the output on my discus tanks. Cool. Good morning, Sammy Farrow. Andre Ellis said, Geek Boy is on track. Water can only move down, so the bridge would have to be deeper in one tank than the other. Okay, I'll remember that. But they're all even right now, so that might be the problem. Geek Boy said, I've only ever had one canister filter leak at all. That was a Magnum filter 30 years ago. Petroman said, Brienne, I'm shipping you 2 discus in 2 weeks. I hope you are ready for more. Well, the 2 that I have are doing good, so I think it was only shipping that messed up that one. Oh, Petroman said he was talking to me about shipping me the title, the Seachem title filter. I mean, if you want to.
You say that. That's a no-brainer. Good morning, Bob.
Yeah, like, if you want to ship me a filter, go ahead. We'll probably use it somewhere. Might as well. But email me about it, Petroman. Geek Boy said, I've had more hang on the back filters clog and start trickling water out. We've never had a tank crack or a filter leak. We've had filters stop working. Petroman said, Brienne, do you want the smaller ones or the larger ones? Of the discus? What sizes are they? Are you talking about ones from Discus Homes or ones from your home that you bred? Or another place? Let me know. Welcome, Kaler's Aquatics. Good morning, John Larson. Petroman said it's the 110 title. It's the big boy. I don't think we have a 110 title, but we could use it somewhere, probably. Well, I say probably, but yeah, we'll probably use it somewhere if you shipped it. If you want to. It's up to you, but if you offer a free filter to somebody, I don't think anybody's going to turn it down.
Heck no, I'd have been on that right away. And your mother said she could use that.
Yeah, we could probably use it. Well, we could definitely use it. If you want to ship it to us, you have our address. Petroman said, from me, I have 3 to 4 inch discus and 2-inch discus. Well, these ones behind me are the 3-inch ones, but if you have 2-inch discus, would they bother the 2-inch discus, do you think, Petroman? Do you think these 3-inch discus would bother your 2-inch discus? Welcome, Jess.
Good morning.
Morning.
Sorry. Didn't hear my alarm go off.
Rising sunshine.
Can't talk, can you?
No, I'm
I know
still
I
sleeping.
stayed up a lot later than you did. Or, yeah. I don't know. It was like 5:30 before I laid down. And I was doing water changes. I mean, literally. I did have, let's see, once we left, I did go over to Terry. No. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, Terry. And then he restarted his stream for StreamYard. But I'm still doing water changes. And I still, when he stopped, was doing water changes. But yeah, I was up all night. Too much, yeah, big boy. Too much late night dancing. So
Yeah,
I had to tell Bree what I did. So I was turned around. Because I was working on this one back here, not those, and I was turned around like the whole time. I don't remember who it was that said that something about always seeing I'm always turned around the other way when I'm on other people's streams in Hangouts. And so I started dancing, showing my booty, my blue booty. So then it became a funny thing.
yeah, it's funny.
And I had nothing to drink. Nothing. Gnarly, he did that. Believe he's going to zap them all one by one. He's going to pull the tank out or move the fish, pull the tank, pull everything out of it, and go bare bottom. I believe that is what was the outcome.
Petroman said, I'll ship you the 3 to 4-inch discus. They will eat out of your hands. And if I can talk to Jess on how to ship them, what type of bags and box type to ship in, the weather is getting warm.
How big are they? 3 to 4 inches. Those are big discus. Poly bags are what you're gonna have to use. So you just got to get the right size. And golly, Petroman, that's not one that I know how to ship very well. I mean, I guess you'd ship them like angels, but some people ship angels in hardly no water at all. And 3 to 4 inches is a big fish.
Yeah, when I got the ones from Discus Hans, they had it, the discus was in a bag, and then there was like a blackout bag, and then another bag. And they didn't have any insulation in the cooler. It was just.
I wonder why it was in a blackout bag, because when it goes in the box, you can't see anyway. Black. So I wonder why they use a blackout bag, unless it's an insulation bag of some sort that's black.
I don't know. But they just had the 2 bags of discus in a cooler. And then the cooler was in a box. Well, they had a heat pack, obviously.
I could say cooler.
Yeah, they had 2 heat packs, and the cooler was like that big. Well, this is actually the cooler.
Oh, the box, the insulated box. Okay. I'm thinking cooler as like in a chiller, something to keep it cold.
Oh.
Oh, I know, Gnarly. I tried. Told him, wasn't no big deal. But, I mean, it's not to me. I love the stuff. Terry's got hair algae of some sort. growing in his tanks. And he brought it in on some Java moss, and he don't want it. And so it's growing up through his substrate, through his gravel. And he's just livid. So I think the outcome was one by one, he's taking them down and pulling everything out and going back bare bottom.
Yeah, he was upset. I watched a little bit of it before I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Black will withhold heat and make the fish think it is nighttime right away.
And that would keep them relaxed and less stressed. Interesting.
That's cool. I know they ship certain fish in blackout bags. We got a shipment of fish. This was months ago. This was saltwater fish, and then I got Romy nose tetras too. They didn't ship the Romy nose tetras in the blackout bag, but they did ship like puffers in the blackout bag.
Yeah, it does. Big boy.
What seems a bit drastic.
Pulling everything out of tanks like bare bottom just because about hair algae. But it's growing. Excuse me. I'm sorry. It's growing on his sponge filters and everything. I think if it wasn't growing on the sponge filters, I think he'd still be able to tolerate it. But he wasn't having it. He was ranting.
Jess, don't you like hair algae?
I love it. Yep, I even like it on my sponge filters. It's just one of those things, to each their own, and he's of the showing fish mentality. Although he was trying, doing planting things. It's nothing for him to go back to bare bottom, That's what he did for years. So
Yeah, I don't have any bare bottom tanks right now. My guppy tank was a bare bottom, and that was easier to see all the babies, but then I wanted to plant it.
yeah, I only have one left with fish in it, and that one, hopefully by the end of the day or by the end of the time I go to sleep, I'll have it substrated and happy. I don't like bare bottom. I can't keep them clean. I'm not on an automatic water changing system, so you got to change water more often than you do on any of the other tanks. The only thing I like about bare bottom is like my babies that I have in those totes. I'm not going to plant those totes, so they'll stay bare bottom. But
Petroman said, Brian, I'll try to ship not this Monday, next Monday. They will be half wild and red discus. The mother is a wild discus and the father is half wild and red discus.
oh wow,
Cool. That's awesome.
speaking of fish, how are all your fish?
All my fish are doing good.
Good.
Out of all the fish that you sent and snails and stuff, only one died, and that was the platinum tiger mosaic male that got stuck in the corner.
Oh,
So now from what I see, there's one male to all the females, but you'll probably know.
that's the one where the corner seam busted or come unstuck.
Oh.
the bag that has the one that where the babies go in it, I take and heat seal the corners. That way there's not a corner for them to get locked up in. Every once in a while, I'll have a bag that one side will stay that way, but the other side will pop open. But you may not know it until later.
Geek Boy said we used to treat some things with copper, which could not be in a tank with inverts. Bare bottom tanks did not absorb the copper the way one with substrate would.
Yeah. And I'm not yawning because I'm tired, you guys. I'm yawning because I just took my medicine, so I'm a little bit later than taking my medicine usually. So it'll catch up, and I'll quit yawning.
Good morning, Mary Page Flynn.
Good morning, Mary Page. Big Tank Hank. Peplin. Yeah, I don't know, Petroman, what size bag to use for the discus.
Petroman said, Sandy, she will love when they eat out of my hands. They are very spoiled. I feed them 4 to 5 times a day. That's why I do so many water changes.
Wow.
Patty.
Petroman, you can't go nowhere if you feed 4 times a day. You can't ever go anywhere.
Yeah.
Just one thing of leaving a food thing in there for ones that get fed once a day, and they could just sit there and scavenge off of it, but he wouldn't have anything left after the first day.
Hey, Patty, I messaged you on Discord like an hour or 2 ago.
Who?
Patty.
Did who? Message who? You?
Yeah, I messaged her.
Oh.
Because at 2 p.m. we're going to our local fish store and she wanted some stuff. So I messaged her. Deborah Sanders said, I had an outbreak of hair algae when I moved. Put a mono shrimp in the tank and they ate it all in a week.
Wow.
Wow. That's cool.
He said he doesn't want to have to be taking a fish from tank to tank to tank. And then by the time he got back to the beginning, he'd have to start all over again because what they would have eaten would have grown back and spread. So he was just like, nah, I ain't doing it. Just can't.
Maybe he should have tried a mono shrimp.
Yeah.
Deborah said, I missed the late night streams, worked my flower bed yesterday and fell asleep early.
She would have been laughing.
Yeah. It got a little wild.
I'm going to take Fringe saying, Kaylor's Aquatics, have you seen the wild footage of, I don't even know what that is, that below water posted there a large corridoras from the Atlantic side of South America. Interesting. Geek Boy said, not if he fixes the nutrient imbalance that is causing the problem to begin with. Yeah, he could. If he did that. I mean, I wouldn't tear down a tank, but it's up to him. It's his tanks. Petroman said, Jess, I use live worms, frozen bloodworms, discus pellets, which I soak 5 to 10 minutes before feeding. My wife is a nurse, so we work different hours. She will also feed them for me.
That's a lot. Okay,
Early Fish Tank said, I know Geek Boy, he wants advice and recommendations and shot down everything everyone said.
Daddy did.
Oh, it's a genus
Talk about it really.
that are closely related to the corridora. They get a little bigger than the corridora. Good morning, S.
Interesting.
Petroman said, "Just they eat better than me.
Sounds like it.
Eating 4 to 5 times a day." Sounds
I'm good if I get to eat twice a day. We got I don't know if y'all know what a Monjun what restaurant it's called. Monjuni's. It's an Italian restaurant, like a real Italian restaurant. We got that when we were in town yesterday, and we came home, we ate that, and then I started working on fish, and then got on YouTube. But what I got was like spaghetti, angel hair pasta with their marinara with 2 big meatballs. I could like when I first started eating it, could only eat like a little bit. It looked like I didn't even touch it. Then the second time was at whatever time, 4 o'clock this morning. I wanted some more, so I sat down with it. Well, I ended up falling asleep with it in my lap again. But when Joe came home, he said my hand was in it. I was like, man, I'm glad I didn't like do one of those, slap my face or anything.
Big Tank Hank said, "Sandy, I reposted Brian's follow ad to Fish Tubers United." Well, thank you, Big Tank Hank. Geek Boy said, "Yeah, I've had great luck with blacking out tanks to get rid of the big blooms, but he wanted nothing to do with that, so I just kept my mouth shut."
Well,
He knows his things best.
best thing to do. Four days of blackout.
I had a piece of driftwood in my discus tank, and it just kept growing this white fuzz, no matter how many times I cleaned it or soaked it with vinegar or anything. So eventually I just took it out.
Yeah.
Deborah Sanders said, "Put out 16 bags of mulch, need 5 more, needed to get it done before the storm moved in. Thunder and lightning woke me up at 5:30.
Oh,
Yeah, there was some wind up here. There was thunder early in the day, but then there was just lots of wind and rain at the end of the day yesterday.
Yeah,
Good morning, Monster.
That wind was nuts down here yesterday.
Geek Boy said, "The 75-gallon that I showed on Foxy's stream a couple days ago went through a 4-day blackout just about 2 weeks ago. I only lost a couple of leaves on the plants." I blacked out my discus tank before. Not this discus tank, but my old discus tank. I blacked it out before, and I lost quite a few plants from that. But blacking out is... I like blacking out for when I get green water. That's what I do. Andrea said, "Hair algae is iron, which can be a pain if coming from your tap. I went through it recently." And my mother said the wind was bad. And then Geek Boy said, "We had hail here yesterday. Almost got an inch of it." Wow. That's crazy. Yeah, we had wind, thunder, and rain yesterday. I don't know if there was any lightning, but there was quite strong winds. When we were coming back from our local fish store, we were sitting in traffic because there was fire trucks and police cars and ambulances going one way,
oh
and then
no.
turning the other way, and then this one person drove out when a fire truck was headed down the road, but he drove out and went to the other side of the road. But it wasn't a very smart choice.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Deborah Sanders said, "Luckily, I've never had green water. Knock on wood.
I got a tank I could let go to green water, but I just don't.
I don't like the look of green water. I like to see the tank being crystal clear or tannins in the water. I don't like to see green water. Sandy Farrell said, Geek Boy, have you tried a UV sterilizer? My 65 gallon was bad. In 2 days, it was cleared up. Yeah, we got UV. My mother got a UV sterilizer from Bulk Resupply, and it worked pretty well. So I think we have 2 more of them. Andrea said, Bree, I'll switch you. I wish I could get green water.
Yeah. My only problem is I won't be able to see the guppies, and I want to be able to see them.
RB said it was windy and raining here all day yesterday.
I could only wish that it start raining, so I don't have to go do what I got to do.
Patty said there's traffic in upstate New York. Where we live, there's not a whole lot of traffic, but when you get out to like Glens Falls-ish, there's quite the traffic, especially on a Friday evening. Deborah Sanders said, hail here is usually a sign of tornadic activity here in the spring.
Yeah.
Tornadic. Yes.
Okay, tornadic. Welcome, Florida Fish Rescue.
I got to find my glasses.
James Black said, do a lot of water changes and put a towel over it. It really helps. Gnarly Fish Tank said, I cannot get a tank to turn green water.
I didn't do it on purpose. It just did it.
Yeah, we didn't do ours on purpose either. It happened. Geek Boy said, I've never tried a UV sterilizer. They used to be very expensive, and I have not had the need for one since they have come down in price.
Got an extra set, but if I wear these, I look old because they're gold. My mama gave them to me. Just the way they are, to me, it makes me look old, like a granny. But I gotta have them. Can't see this morning. So I was a granny with a boob butt last night.
Yeah.
You know what I didn't say that I thought after the fact? Smurf. I look like a Smurf.
Yeah. You were Smurfette.
I was Smurfette, yeah.
Geek Boy said, I blacked the 75 to deal with BGA. I have no clue what that is.
I don't either.
Lunatic Fringe said, from what I heard, traffic is from the UK. Yeah, there's a lot of people from outside New York that are driving in New York. I know.
You can't?
Pretty much all the time.
Yeah, you can.
What if he's talking about some kind of algae? I was thinking blackbeard algae, but that would not be
that's what I was
BB.
thinking. Geek Boy said it's better to look old than to be old.
Blue-green algae.
Looking old with them on. I dang sure feel old. But I'm not. Age don't lie, I guess.
He just said it's blue-green algae, the cyanobacteria.
Oh.
Okay.
Why don't you treat it with Maricin or something? All it is a bacteria.
Bateson Genetics said, put in a bunch of easy green in a jar and leave it in the sun.
I
You'll
get
have
that.
green water in like a week or two.
Yeah. Isn't green water because of too many
Nutrients?
yeah.
Yeah, that's what somebody was saying. Patty said, once you go reading glasses, you never go back.
Yeah. No.
Welcome, Kevin Leon. Deborah Sanders said, I bought a sweet little skimmer for my tanks on Amazon. It's the Azu Skim 250 for $24, including tax. I just cleaned it between tanks. Cool. Andriel said, about to head to my LFS once I finish this water change. Swap my dominant barb for 3 babies.
Yeah, you use Maricin? Yeah.
To get rid of the green beard algae?
No, the cyanobacteria.
Oh. Patty said, I have every kind of pair of reading glasses, and I even use them over my sunglasses, and I don't care. S said, is there a way to treat sign? Yeah, Jess said the Maricin.
Really, cyano can't balance out. Green water can balance out. Cyano cannot.
Joey says you can treat with a biotech or whatever that is, or you can treat with vodka. Huh.
Not in your tank. You don't put the vodka in your tank, surely. With
Some
fish.
laboratories treat cyanobacteria with vodka.
Yeah, surely you pull the fish out.
Yeah, what's wrong with some drunk fish? That'd be
You
funny.
don't know what the lethal dose is.
Yeah.
Geek Boy said, I don't have any meds here. Putting towels over and unplugging the lights for a few days was easier than going to get meds.
And you still might have to go get meds once you black it out. I had to. There wasn't nothing that was going to kill mine. And finally, I did a med trio and on that tank because of whatever reason, I remember now. Wasn't because of the cyanobacteria, because at first I didn't know that's what it was until way later. But I ended up using the med trio and then the Maricin a second time, and it started going away. And I'm like, wait, what? All this time, that's all I had to do. So now I've got a stain across my. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Gnarly Fish Tank said, S, any med for bacterial infections in fish should take out cyanobacteria. Patty said, you should see me in the grocery store, double eyeglassed. What a weirdo wacko lady. Geek Boy said, it is gone now and I can start to change what I dose the tank with to keep the plants happy without getting the VGA again.
Not very happy. Patty vodka is fermented potato.
It's true.
Yeah, it is.
You don't have to pull out the fish if you follow the measurements.
It'll be
Not
just
me.
drunk.
I found it. Yeah. Oh, it had to be recorded. God bless that. Have to be recorded. Golly.
Yeah.
Especially
if it's a school of fish. If it's a school of fish, they're all going to be swimming around drunk, knocking each other out.
Yeah. Well, I did not pick up I was gonna pick up another or a 20 long or a 20 high yesterday when I was at Petco, and I didn't do it because I ended up because John's giving me that 40 breeder, but it's drilled, so I got to figure out what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna use a sump or not, and if I'm not, then how can I plug that hole
Use a
long
bulkhead
enough
with
to, yeah. I'm gonna go make me some more coffee. It won't take but a few minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. S said, haven't done anything but change water and trim plants. Geek Boy said, like algae issues is a matter of getting the nutrients right for the plant load. Andrea said, every time I use the QT trio, the quarantine trio, I get some weird mushroom-shaped fungus on my glass. Gnarly Fish Tank said, believe it or not, but regular pond snails eat cyanobacteria. Only snails known to eat it. Good morning, Danny. Geek Boy said the vodka dosing is pretty common in saltwater tanks. Bates and Genetics said, I think it matters if the bacteria medicine is gram negative or gram positive.
That's just getting too technical for me.
Chewy said it also works in fresh, from what I have been told, as it reduces phosphorus and nitrates.
Uh-oh. Hattie's about to beat somebody up. I missed it.
Fatman Aquatics, good morning.
Addictive hobbies. Hello. Supposed to get up in the 70s here today.
Wow. I don't know how warm it's supposed to be today. Looks like Patty's timing out, people, from what she says. Who's next? Patty said, lucky you're hiding behind a YouTube chat and not in front of my face. Geekly said, I'll have to remember the pond snails. Good morning, Addictive Hobbies. S said, might have been the pond snails then. Pepling Creek Aquatics said, I bet it's a couple young boys that have a crush on Brie. Geek Boy said, my pea puffers would probably be okay with more snails. My mother said, Patty, you guys are quick.
Yeah, I just read what they were talking about.
Yeah, don't mess with Patty. All right, thanks for coming, RB Animals and Collectibles. Later.
Oh, bye, Ricky. We had a what is it called? A raccoon. Called his name was something like Ricky, Tiki, Tavi Osoloso. Osolo. Oh my gosh, I can't remember. I gotta have Joe say it, but it's like this dude's a rhythm, like a rhyme. Like Ricky Tiki, Osoloso, Benedito, I don't know. So it just kept on, like that. It was funny as all get out. And he's had 2 of them named like that. And I was like, I can't keep up with all them names. It sounds good though when he says it. So it's like almost like a beat.
Riki
Oh,
Tiki Tabe.
Atkins said, I fed my pea puffers a small colony of scuds last night. They are so fat and happy.
I guess I gotta put some more little bitty snails in my tank. He's not messing with these bigger ram's horns. So, but he eats the brine shrimp. Speaking of, I need to feed.
Yeah, my mother's pea puffers eat some of our pond snails that we have. I bought some feeder snails off of Rose Aquatics.
Yeah,
I don't know. They're just called feeder snails on there. They look like,
they're just cull shrimp.
yeah, they look like rabbit snails, but she says they're purple. Their shells are purple.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know.
I think I lost all of my purple.
Peplin said crush the shells and then I'll eat them.
I can't crush the big ram's horn snail shells.
Why?
I just can't.
Very satisfying.
With what?
Crushing the snail.
Geek Boy said, I was thinking of getting a scud colony going for my puffers. What are scuds?
I showed them last night on the stream to Kev. They are these little gray pests in a fish tank, but some people buy them to sell, to eat, to feed to their, like my cribs eat them. A lot of cichlids will eat them. The goldfish will eat them. There are a lot of fish that do eat them, and so I do like harvest them and feed to my crebensis. But I hate them. I hate them little bad son of a guns.
Oh my god, Patty, you're hilarious. Patty said, Alex, clearly you have no taste, so you can cork it.
Ooh, who's Alex?
Alex McClary.
Oh.
He's talking politics.
Uh-oh.
And Patty took care of him.
There you go. I said, can't do that. Not
Kicked
here.
him right out the door.
I didn't see that. Oh my gosh. Yesterday in Mike's stream, I swear it wasn't me. I was not doing it. I did do one thing, but the 2 timeouts I did not do. And then I was scared it was going to keep on. So I ended up turning my phone off, thinking it was my phone. It's not my phone, it's StreamYard. StreamYard is doing all these weird things lately. It's like it's got glitches. It'll like delete people's messages and put them in timeout and knock you completely off panel. Like you'll be like this and it'll just knock you off for no reason. What else is it doing funny?
Kicking people off the stream.
Yeah, I can't remember what else, but it something's going on because I timed out. I can't even remember who it was now. 2 people, 2 that were they weren't mods themselves. So
a mod cannot time out a mod.
Right, that's why I said they were not mods, because of unless they did it and didn't realize it, but I don't think they would not recognize it. Big J, good morning.
Good morning, Big J.
Eyes are burning.
Because you need some sleep.
You're right.
But you have a project to do today.
Yeah. I wish I could get out of it and wait until tomorrow evening.
Lunatic friend said, I have seen a whole store of marine tanks with red cyanobacteria, Patty. I personally watched the tanks and how it cut back on it over a month period. I have seen it work.
Wow.
Geek Boy said they're free fish food. Ian said scuds are like an aquatic isopod. A lot of fish will eat them. That sounds cool. Never had scuds before.
There are, like I said, they have their place. I wish it wasn't in my tank, but they do have it.
Did you get that fence fully painted yet?
Heck no, I ain't been back on that fence in 2 weeks.
Andre was wondering what happened to that.
It started raining and hadn't been able to get back to it. That's all. And then when when I was able to get back to it, for whatever reason, I couldn't do it. So it just didn't work back out to get back on it before it starts raining again.
Geek Boy said, I have not tried Viber Bites. I've tried some other micro pellets and freeze-dried with no success.
The,
Oh, he's talking about pea puffers still.
I think so.
oh, thank you, Hank. That's sweet. I do, and that may be it too, but it's probably just running myself ragged.
Gnarly Fish Tank said, depending on who you ask, cynos in everyone's tank. Whether or not it's active in your tank is a different story. I could see this being very plausible.
Who said that?
Gnarly Fish Tanks.
Gnarly. Chewy will let us know. Lord, depending on who you ask, Sino is. Oh, that's what you were reading. Okay.
Yeah, when I had pea puffers, they loved the heck out of the bloodworms and the little pond snails. That's about it.
I wonder. No, they don't eat. They don't eat. Did I stick?
Mm-mm.
Why am I so far behind? That's weird.
As said, my pea puffers were addicted to bloodworms. Couldn't get them on anything else. Yeah, my mother's pea
3,
puffers.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I am 15 seconds delay from where I'm talking right now to from what I see going on the screen. Am I? Oh, it's because I'm looking at YouTube and not StreamYard. Lord have mercy.
Geek Boy said, I have not tried Viber Bites. I've tried some other micro pellets. And, oh, wait, I already read that one. If they're in your planted tank, get a pea puffer.
Pea puffer, that's what I was going to ask. Will the pea puffer eat any? No, it won't eat. No
Eat what, scud?
And will it eat the spuds? Yeah.
Yeah, they won't eat plants. They actually love hiding in them.
I know they love it hiding in them for sure. I know
I
exactly
know.
where mine stays.
You had
But
to lay on a leaf and just chill out all day.
mine likes to stay underneath my lily leaves. I still have this big ear red tail female locked up or in a breather bag, but man, she just, I don't know if she's ever going to have them. Maybe she won't. I don't know. Been down that road before already.
Geek Boy said, I'll pick some Viber Bites up next time I'm in the LFS. Right now, they only eat baby brine shrimp and frozen bloodworms. Oh, and snails. Gnarly Fish Tank said, oh, I already read that one. S said, my P5ers were addicted to bloodworms, couldn't get them on anything else. Okay, I swear I'm just rereading. Yeah, but I see ones that I haven't read.
You were rereading chat.
Yeah. Patty said, S, one word stood out to me in the post, and that alone had to go. Pitcherman said, see you all later. Going to the gym late today. Us old Navy Seabees have to stay in shape. S said, the problem is the LFS only feed bloodworms, so they're stuck on it for a while. So thanks for coming, Petroman.
Patty said she wants pet scuds. There you go, Jess. Send them to Patty.
Okay. My excess ones will go to Miss Patty.
Welcome, Tank Top Tropics.
You may not want them. I'm going to spill on my coffee. I missed my mouth.
That'll be nice.
Hate it when that happens.
Fat Man Aquatic said, Patty, you can get a huge colony going. Put 3 to 4 inches of leaves in the bottom of a 30-gallon trash can and fill it up.
That is true.
Hello, Furlough.
Furlough.
Welcome, Furloughs Aquatics. Gnarly Fish Tank said, whether or not cyano lives in everyone's tanks, whether or not if it is active or not in your tanks is another thing, but that it exists inside your tank regardless of it showing itself.
Huh.
Danny said all cyanobacteria means is that the bacteria is compatible with photosynthesis. There's way more than the one common one that takes over someone's tank. It just needs a dead spot in the tank to really go. Patty said, I'll put the scuds in their own tank, just call them shrimp.
Gnarly was reposting that for Chewy.
What was that?
What you read about Gnarly, that's the same thing he said earlier. He was reposting it for Chewy.
Oh,
Because
okay.
he missed it. Holy cow, an hour and 20 minutes already.
Oh, wow.
That's right. Gilligan Farms. They have scuds for sale, like by the thousands. Yeah. And they went into the scud business to add to help supplement their things right now.
Yeah. That's awesome, Big Tank. You getting them albino toy guppies today.
Oh, cool.
Awesome. Chewy said, I think spores of cyanobacteria are in water sources and not necessarily in every tank. Is a biological waste form as a spore that is not screened by all water plants.
Sweet.
Nice.
Those are pretty guppies. They're very showy. That means they catch your attention. If you were just walking by a tank, I think they'd catch your attention.
Is that the ones we looked at on screen Friday?
Red nose, red tail, white middle. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, we probably won't go more than 10 more minutes.
I'm gonna go back to sleep. Till at least noon.
And you get to go play vet.
Yeah. Yep. And then depends on how I feel. May or may not go to the lake. I may or may come back home and go back to sleep, or I may go or do that podcast with Pat. I need to do the podcast with Pat.
Yeah, after the stream, I'm going to be doing some stuff with my fish tanks, and then at 2 o'clock, we're going to be going to the fish store.
Aw.
Mhm.
Going
We went to like nearby fish stores yesterday. Like we went to Petco, and then one of our local fish stores, Benson's Pet Center. And today we're going to be going to Benson's Fish Room and looking for some black mystery snails.
Oh,
Black
man, I just-
snails.
Yes, because somebody wants one. And I'm going to be shipping that out to them.
Well, you don't have to say who it is, but black. Wow. Honestly, I didn't know there was black, solid black.
Well, their shells are kind of like, I guess it's striped black, and then their shells are purple.
Mm,
It's not like a full black, but the foot of the snail is full black.
Oh wow.
that's
I've got
pretty
some-
neat.
I've got some that are striped black and brown and purple. They're really, really pretty. They're pretty cool too, but they're not solid black.
I just remembered I had to go pick up traffic cones.
Where? Why?
I'm doing the fire police. We're going to take care of traffic for this church that's doing a ham pot pie meal or dinner at 3:30 today,
Okay.
and we're going to help with traffic and stuff. And I got to go pick up a bunch of traffic cones. I totally forgot. It just hit me,
Huh.
smacked me in the face.
Right. Hate it when that happens too.
Mm-hmm.
Furlough said, water change day for me, going to the fish store in a bit to pick up a new Severum and a Uera cichlid that someone is rehoming.
Oh wow.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
I'm supposed to be getting a fish from someone now. I told somebody I wanted it. I don't remember that either.
Gnarly Fish Tank said, Chewy, so that would explain why someone would potentially have an outbreak of it if it's coming from your water supply, so could appear at any time without anyone realizing it.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Sandy Farrell said, Furlough, it was great to finally meet your wife. And Furlough said, I was excited to finally get her up there.
Oh, and I
Yeah.
missed it. Dang.
Yeah, she's going to be coming up a lot more.
Oh, good. She got her fear of being on there off and over now.
Yeah, they were talking about beta breeding. Yeah, yesterday. Everything's jumbling into one again.
Yeah.
Sandy Farrell said, yeah, I'll never do that.
Oh, quit being a wuss.
Who? What?
Her mother. She said she'll never go up on screen.
Come on. Miss Sandy, it can't be no worse than me. I jumped up, grabbed coffee, and literally sat down and hoping not everybody is seeing me close my eyes for like a few seconds at a time.
I've been saying it.
Okay, well, sorry.
I was going to yell at you, but I probably would have got yelled at in chat.
Furlough said she did awesome for her first time.
Aw,
Super proud of her.
I'm gonna go back and watch. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
back and watch that.
she did really well. She did really well. Like she's done it before.
Great. Hey, she's a natural then.
And Sandy Farrell just yelled at me.
I hadn't heard that bite me in a long time. That's funny.
Yeah.
Correct.
She said, correct, and that is why marine hobbyists use RO units as water treatment plants do not test for biological plant matter.
Sandy, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings. I know it's all in good fun.
You have your own juice box? Is that what you said?
What?
Did you say you had your own juice box?
No, I did not. You need to go lay back down, lady.
I swear I heard you say you had your own juice box. And I'm sitting there thinking, what? Why is he having to fight the kids for that juice box?
Yeah. She said, "Oh, I'm fun." I said, "Don't worry, you can't hurt my feelings."
I don't know.
Oh my, you're goofy. Yeah, right, Geek Boy. What is in that coffee?
Not enough. Whatever.
That was good.
Danny, get your own juice box. I don't know why. I swear that's what my brain thought you said. And I was sitting there trying to figure that out. Why did he just say, leave the last juice box for me? Um, Olivia, I love juice boxes.
Oh, Tank Top Tropics. He hit 1K yesterday,
Yep.
and then some.
Well, we shouted it out on my stream that morning and then got him to 1K. And then that was after we had watched the video of Kenny doing the video to help him out. And then throughout the rest of the day and then on the stream, Kenny's stream last night, he got more. So hopefully he'll stay over it and won't go back, won't drop back. God, I hope he don't drop back.
He was at 1.01.
What?
He was at 1.01, which should be 1,010.
Okay. Good. Oh, here we go with the juice boxes. Have a reason to buy juice boxes and fruit roll-ups and why you have kids. Oh my gosh, Batman, I have Joe bought these and I'm not that kind of sweet eating type person. I like sweets, but not like gummy sweet. But Airhead makes these little like squares and oh my gosh, they taste, oh my gosh, like I could have made myself sick as a dog on them the other day. Well, now we can't find them, and Joe doesn't remember what store he bought them from. So I'm like on the search for them. And yeah, I'll probably make myself sick once I find them.
Kevin's lost again.
Huh? Danny hit 100, but a couple of hours ago it was back down to 96. You guess these people don't want me to do my giveaway stream. It's not that, it's people will go and check value. And if they don't like or share the stream, it's not going to hold. That's what James Geit says. Isn't it, Bree?
What?
Like and share the stream.
Yes.
Like and share the stream.
Kevin said no surprise there, Skip.
I can't break 85. I'll go up to 90.95 and then that. Oh, Danny.
It's like that for a while. It did it to me
Your
too.
first 100 and I think your last 100 are the hardest to do because you're anticipating it so much. But once you get over that 100, I'm not gonna say it's gonna go fast, but you'll be, get one or two a day. You gotta work at it too, though. It doesn't just come naturally.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta work for it. Be on people's streams, talk to people, go to their streams, go to streams you ain't ever even heard of, and just say, hey, hi. Get to know them, and you'll be freaking surprised. I'm friends with a bunch of outdoor type shooting people and RVing people, and
they're always looking for stuff to watch.
yeah, right. And then also I can't remember what it is. There's another one in there, but there's also your helper outer channels. That way I don't call them the what word. That you can go to, and some of them are good, and some of them are just what they say they are. But I've been going to a few of those as well to help out.
Patty said, everybody remember Nice Guy Frilla's Aquatics is a New Yorker. We are the nicest.
No, he got that way when he moved to Florida. Nice try, Patty.
Batman said, don't you burst my bubble. I'm going to get 5 million subs in 1 week. Oh,
That's 5 billion.
wish you could. Believe me.
Yeah, 5 billion subs.
Billion.
Sorry, I left off three zeros.
Got 3 more zeros.
Me too, Danny. Me too. You either like me or you don't.
Is she out? Was she out?
She was standing up for her feet on the cage. She wanted to be picked up.
Well, of course, she knows she's
I
staying.
am going to have to go. I got to make a phone call before I forget this to get those.
Okay.
Elena wanted to say hi.
Aww.
So I will talk to y'all later. Bye, everybody in chat.
Bye, Skipper.
Bye,
Bye,
Jess.
Skipper.
Bye, Bree. We'll see you guys later.
Bye.
You smell my coffee? You smell my coffee? Oh my gosh, yesterday, her mama, the way that I'm blocking the living room off, there's a gun case, a plastic gun tote case that I use to block off part of the area so the puppies can run around in a bigger area in the living room. And Rainey jumped up on it and made it fall. And when it fell on Lena's back. And she wasn't walking on her back leg a lot last night. But it seems to be okay now. But oh my gosh, I was scared to death. And I was
Is that puppy?
Yeah. Yeah, her. I was so mad at Rainey because she wasn't listening. But She's
That's
resting.
the puppy you're keeping.
Uh-huh. Yes, that's the one I'm keeping. Yes, that's the one I'm keeping, yeah. I got her a bling collar last night, Brady. Look. Let me see if it'll show. But they're white.
Oh, I can see it.
There.
Oh, that's cute.
It's like a light pink, but it's blinged out. I was like, I gotta have a blinged out for a blinged out girl. Huh. Hers already, her color code of her hair is blingy. She's flashy.
She's so cute.
Yes. So cute. Her so pretty. It's so fuzzy. I hope she stays like this and like her mama. Fuzzy. Hey, Danny.
Hello.
Hey, look at that. There's a shrimp.
Yeah, it's just been chilling on the glass for a while. But the lights finally came on, so I'm like, yeah, let me show them off.
What kind of shrimp is that?
Blue velvet.
Nice. Good morning,
Neat.
biggies.
Neocaridina of sorts. I wonder if I can get my camera to switch to the macro. Probably not. No.
Good morning, Greg the Guppy Guy.
No. Hey, keep my eyes open.
You got a cow you just split before Joe got her, you said?
Yeah, but I can't keep my eyes open. Yeah, okay. They just have to wait. Stop. Stop. Greg, Big Easy. It ain't easy being Big Easy. Who's Miss? Oh, Olivia.
That's a nice shrimp tank.
I guess Joe ain't gonna let go of none of that meat. So that's why I haven't called you back. He gonna give me a price, so I don't know. He says, you need to sell some of that burger. Okay, give me a price. That wasn't a price. Wasn't a price. I cut you off, Bree. What were you gonna say?
I don't even know.
And she just said I had a nice shrimp tank.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was saying.
That's a small one, isn't it? Like a gallon?
Yeah, it's like a gallon to a gallon and a half, I think. And
What
then
do you
it's got
have?
a really thick substrate. I have, blue velvet shrimp, and then there's some bladder snails and some ram's horn snails in there. There's one like decent sized ram's horn snail, the biggest one that I've ever seen in person, actually. Though it's probably not that big in the long run. It's like I don't know, the size of like a Canadian dime, I guess. But here it
There you
is.
go.
If I can, there, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice snail.
That's a nice snail.
Yeah, it's carpeting out really nice with the Monte Carlo and the Hydrocotyle Tripartia Japan.
Yeah, what you said, the Japan. I like it.
It almost just looks like a little field with like 4-leaf clovers and stuff.
Yeah. Can it float on top?
Yeah, it can kind of float on top and go up or whatever. But as it's been like vining out, I've just been continuing to push it back down and push it back into the substrate and stuff, and it's just been carpeting that way. But
Pretty.
you
I need to.
like this, if I can kind of get a good view, you can kind of see like right there is like with the start of a vine, and it just kind of continues over all the way to like here and then goes right back into the substrate there.
Cool.
It's a deep substrate too, isn't it?
Yeah. And I like set up the substrate like a whole month before I even filled it up all the way and added plants and stuff. Just adding a little bit of really dirty water change water into it to seed it really well. I was trying to grow dwarf hairgrass like emerged from seed to start, and I got a couple little strings, but it didn't really make it. So no luck with the hairgrass from seeds.
I have a hard time with grasses, the dwarf grasses. Like
I
I've
do
got
too.
some Monte Carlo right now, and it's just not. I just wish you'd grab a hold, but I don't. I just don't do well with little. What's my now moss? Oh yeah, game on. I'm good with moss.
Yeah, see, this was like my first success with dwarf hairgrass,
Yeah,
and this is like a dirted tank, and it's got a thin layer of Eco Complete on the bottom as well. And I started it with CO2 to get all the plants like really in there and all that. So
yeah.
the grass took in, and the crypts just grew real huge.
What kind of beta's in there?
It's a Dumbo beta.
Dumbo. She looks peachy and white.
Kind of yellowy
Yeah.
and white.
Okay. Well, you know how the screen distorts color
Oh, yeah.
and your light. See right there, she looks as orange as can be.
That's actually a male.
Sorry, I meant he.
Yeah. That's okay. It looks like a female almost.
He's just, well, his tail didn't grow out. Yeah.
Right.
Like it should to match his pectoral fins. It should though.
I bought him intentionally because he was short-finned.
Uh-huh.
That's a nice beta.
Yeah, I'm still overcoming the hair algae in this tank that took over after I cut off the CO2. And
Love hair algae. I love
I
it.
added a little Siamese flying fox from my beta sorority into here to kind of help out. But I've been pulling a bunch out and stuff. It's just this stuff that's stuck to that lotus leaf. That I guess I could just cut the lotus leaf because there are short ones kind of underneath everything else. But I don't know. I want it to just go away.
Right. I like it.
I've never had hair algae in one of my freshwater tanks.
You know, I was the same about, up until about 6 months ago. And then I think I got a little bit of it in on a plant or something, like a little spore of it. And it just kind of spread into like 3 of my tanks, 4 of my tanks. I think I spread it using my Amazon frog bit. Because it was like growing on the roots and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Golly, I couldn't even finish typing, and it cut me off. Not you, it. Weird. Sent you a message in chat, Bree. Private chat.
In private chat on here.
Yeah, unless I didn't hit something. Hang on. There ain't
Unless
anything
you
there.
didn't hit enter.
I didn't hit enter. Oh, be careful with the links, you guys. Space them out. That way she doesn't get flagged for being a check valve stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, promotional stream.
Yep. Yep.
Oh yeah. I didn't even think about that sort of thing. Is just sort of happening.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
this like a long list of just like links. All right, we're gonna end the stream now. We went an hour and 46 minutes. Jess has to go, and I got some other stuff to do. I gotta do some stuff in my fish tanks. So thank you all for coming in the chat, and it was really fun. And I'll see you all on Wednesday. Well, I'll see you all on Jess's stream.
Yeah, Monday morning.
Yes, Monday morning, 10:30 Eastern.
Monday morning.